And so we have this 12-month sort of like period where you get to enjoy cocktails.
Yeah, you could do a hot toddy in the winter, which I'm certainly going to be doing when I'm skiing this winter. And in the summer, you can have a Mystic Charmer, which is like something you could have on the beach because it's so refreshing.
Yep. So, full transparency, I looked at these cocktails, and let me say, everyone out there listening, go to brothersbond.com and check out the cocktail page.
Bourbon.com.
Brothersbondbourbon.com is awesome.
Thank you.
The Mystic was the first thing. Paul, the Mystic is the first thing I saw. I was like, that looks like something that should go in like a Yeti around a pool.
Exactly.
And it was already on my list. And then I'm scrolling down through there, and I'm like, what is this bonfire thing? It's got cool stuff coming out of it. And then it's going to be really cold here in Kentucky Saturday. We're probably going to a football game, and I'm thinking bonfire just might be on the list. And then there was another one. I can't quite remember the name. It had cinnamon sticks and cinnamon shaving on it.
Oh, yeah.
I was blown away. I was like,
what's the
just yours? Like, this might just be my new cocktail page. Is just to go through all your old stuff. And then you had the food.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
So that bonfire
Yes.
goes in here.
I'm looking it up right now.
And then obviously, look, I'm not trying to sell people and stuff. Here's the great thing. For gifts, right? Like, life has not been easy, and we want to reward our friends and family. We're all so busy and crazy. This is such a, not only just a talking point, but sort of like a feel-good, fun company. This type of stuff, you get your Brothers Bond from Liquor Barn, you get your bonfire mugs, and you sit there and you make these amazing cocktails. And man, I will tell you, you will not be disappointed. And for everybody, like, also too, using cold brew and stuff, like, look, the holidays are also exhausting. One of my favorite authors, this guy, David, do you ever read David Sedaris?
Yeah.
Sure. He wrote this little tiny book.
This is awesome.
Oh, he's amazing, right? It's really thin, but it's a little tiny book. It's called Holidays on Ice. Speakeasy.
And the hot toddy.
Yeah.
The speakeasy.
Speakeasy.
Oh, and then there's a pumpkin spice old fashioned.
Oh, is the speakeasy with the cinnamon sticks?
Yeah.
Dude, the speakeasy is silly. But, listen, this is such a great, fun holiday thing. These are gifts that go so easily under the tree or in the stocking, and it's just simple. And also, too, this is what we got to do at Liquor Barn. These things are going to go crazy. People are going to love these. And, I got,
see? Hey, it ain't a party until it fills a drink.
That's a waste. By the way, that's a legitimate waste.
It sure is.
Any
excuse
sip of Brothers
to pour
Bond.
more. Now you have to pour more. That's an excuse to pour more. Now you have to pour more.
No, for sure. And, anyone who's here listening, obviously, just to recap, when I got to go down to Kentucky with Liquor Barn, and I was there with Jonathan and Brad and this amazing team and our distributors and our Brothers Bond team. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, I'm a great guy.
Cleaning up I usually clean up your messes.
Well, I'm not so sure.
But this was a very special moment. I'll tell you, man, in full transparency, I was a poor kid from Louisiana, and my old man, there's so much stigma around it now because of the animal insanity. But I grew up on the racetrack as a kid, and Kentucky, was always in our sights. We always dreamed about going to Kentucky and, the beautiful green rolling hills and the bourbon and the horses. And I actually sold a pilot. I sold a TV show to our network, the CW. It was a bourbon show.
Really?
Yeah. I sold it to the network, and it was actually a really badass story. It was in the last moments. It was midnight. It was literally midnight in LA, and I got a call from Peter Roth, who was like a dad to me, and said it could not have been closer. It was razor thin. But that is how much I love this spirit, is that I developed a TV show about it and actually sold it to the network and developed it. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe it's like
ahead of its time. Now you know.
Maybe it's time. Maybe we could shoot a TV show. Maybe we should shoot it. everybody, let me ask you this. You're online. If I could produce and star in a great show in Kentucky about bourbon, would you watch it? Brad, you got to be a technical director.
One. I'll show up, but you have to find somebody I get to be in it somehow weird, like in the background, doing
Not
some
even
weird
background
thing.
Be in it. You'd have to be in the seat talking about bourbon.
Or like dumping a barrel, just like, and then the credits, I would be like barrel dumper number 2 or something. That'd be
Guy who dumped number 1.
Yeah, guy who dumps barrels.
Yeah.
But he was also, but Ian, you don't know this. I was also
Dumper number 1.
You didn't know this. I was also the person who murdered those people, and it doesn't come out to the last episode. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I ruined it.
Right,
It's like True Detective.
Yeah.
I just ruined it.
True detective. Yeah, could be that.
There you go. There you go. The
Listen.
guy dumping the barrel in the beginning, who you thought looked a little weird, it was him.
Yeah.
For sure. So, anyway, I mean, I know we've been on here for a minute. I just appreciate that we could just pour some whiskey and talk about life and relatives and Thanksgiving and the past and the future. What? I just said the word, the future. We have not talked about the future. I know the marketing people are like, what's going on? What is the future? Tell us just little snippets of the future for Brothers Bond.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We got something really killer coming out pretty soon, and it's called Cask Strength. And we are very excited. Yeah.
Our cask strength, we are beyond excited. I mean, listen, this bourbon received a 93-point rating from Tasting Panel, which is hard to get at 80 proof, right? For an 80 proof bourbon, it's hard to get ratings like that. But our cask strength is this, but at 116, it goes somewhere between 116.4 to 117.8, something like that. Yeah. It ranges in that range. We've been looking at this for quite a long time, and it's magical. We have an 8-year program. It's a 4-year rollout of an 8-year. That is unbelievable. 8 years, 8 summers in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. 8 years together
on television. Yeah.
So 1 year in a barrel for every year we were on air together.
I love it.
That is spectacular. Our Brothers Bond, bottled and bond, 100 proof version of this is literally to die for. But that
I did want to say there has to be a bonded version. How can there not be a bonded version of Brothers Bond?
There will be.
Just,
Brothers Bond, bonded and bond.
Bottled and bond.
It's unbelievable.
I love it.
And that with just a big, we take just one big ice cube and we drizzle that 100 proof, the bottled and bond, the 50%, the 100 proof over that. And I literally just take my index finger and just give it a couple swirls and literally out of the bottle, just, and it's magic. But that cask strength, man, we're really excited about. And that's coming soon.
I love cask strength, and you don't have to tell us. You said coming soon, so in the beverage industry, that could be 2 months or a year. But
I'm thinking for definitely Q1.
Wow.
Q1 of 2022.
So I love cask strength, and what I like about cask strength is, my wife is always cold. I'm always hot. So it's real easy to get warm when you're cold. It's not exactly easy to get cold when you're hot. So when it comes to whiskey, when you have cask strength, you can tone that down with drops of water, lots of water, ice, whatever you want to use. It's hard to go up. So, there's probably a night that I would drink Brothers Bond cask strength and not put anything on it. Sure. And there might be another night where I might drop it over a cube, like you said, or I might just put a touch of water in it. Yeah. So it's really easy to tone it down. Yeah. It's not as easy to bring it up. So I'm excited about that. That is exciting news.
Oh, we're pumped. We're pumped, man. And I'll tell you, without a doubt, it is. When we were just in Lawrenceburg, it was, oh my gosh, it was so cool. Listen, I will say in all transparency, we are working on a rye. And again, this is not going to happen right now, but man, it is so special because, and under the guidance of Vincent Hanna, our CEO, but anything we do has the DNA of this. Like, you can't touch this, right? So everything comes back to that, right? You can change ABV, but this profile stays with you. And our rye is no different. This rye is, so Paul and I were in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and because we're looking at our barrels. We know our barrels are sitting on these racks. And Paul and I take a hammer and we pop open one of our rye barrels, and we have Sam Smeltzer's big whiskey thief. Sam is like the master blender at MGP, who's our boy, and it's our MGP Luxco family, right? So Paul and I are bringing our whiskey out in this giant, gorgeous copper thief. And we realized, this is our new bourbon. This is what, I think it was 2 years old, our rye barrel. So we're thinking, hey, listen, it's going to look beautiful. It's going to have that really beautiful red color. But this is going to be hot, man. This is a 2-year-old cast strength rye that we have. So Paul and I put it into glasses, we swish around, we toast each other, and we just put it back. And we looked at each other and we went, holy shit. It was the sweetest, creamiest, most nuanced stuff. And we just realized, boom, we got it. We got it. We figured out how to, it's coming. It's all coming down the pipeline. And so we're just, I don't know, to get to do this, we're blown away, man. So thanks for talking with us and including us.
Thank you.
You
Thank
and
you guys.
Jonathan,
You're very excited. You've got a bourbon. You have 2 other bourbons coming out. You have a rye coming out. You're going to have what the people in the industry call a billboard on the shelf. You guys should be very excited. I'm sure you are. I'm excited for it. I mean, I love cast strength, and I love bonded, and I love regular. I love 80. I love all the bourbons, I guess. I could try to pick one out, but quite frankly, so I appreciate everything you guys have done for us. The trip to Kentucky was magical. We all loved every second of it.
Don't rub it in.
Had a good time too.
Next
Paul,
one he'll be there.
I don't know if you need to come down to Derby. There's a lot of bourbon. The weather's better. There's horses. Ian's been talking about that since he was a little boy. So it's all happening there. You need to come back and see us.
100%.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you to you and Jonathan and this unbelievable, again, unmatched team at Liquor Barn. And I'll tell you, everyone, these things are going to go like crazy. I got to make this one at Liquor Barn myself, but you can do all sorts of stuff with them. This is going to make people really, really, really happy. This is what I'm sending to everyone in my family and my colleagues and, corporate gifts. And it's gangbusters, man. So thank you, Brad, by the way, Brad, I got to tell you, one of the things I called Paul, geeking out about, I also called my old man. What you guys did with all the old, the structural parts that you guys brought from old rick houses that you built in that store. Being able to walk through and look at these 130-year-old pieces of oak, holding up all this whiskey, ours is included. Ours is included in that. And then the secret freaking room that you walk into, and you see all these obviously rare and some of them wildly expensive bourbons. But to see Brothers Bond in there and to be able to walk into a secret room in the back of a store that's like a hidden wall, it's just magic, man. So everyone watching, just so it's really, in stone that this partnership with Liquor Barn means the world to us. I mean, it literally means the world to us. To be in Kentucky, next time we're going to be there together, just means the world to us. So thanks, Brad.
No, thank you guys. And Paul, if you come and Ian doesn't come, we will put together something super spectacular.
There it is.
That we did Ian, you missed it, man. We did this.
We'll rub it in his face.
Paul saw
Payback.
this. We made Paul sell something to somebody at the front of the store. It'd be awesome. But hopefully it's both of you. The invitation is open. Come back to the Commonwealth of Kentucky, whether it's Derby or June or July or whenever, February. I hope to sample the cast strength, the bonded, and this. Maybe a Brothers Bond flight. Who thought
there it is.
There we go.
I want to be on that airline.
Boom. Oh, yeah, I like that. I'm going to steal that from you. I'm just going to admit it right now. But anyway, cheers To you
you,
guys.
man.
Cheers to Brothers
Cheers,
Bond.
everybody, and thank you for coming on with us and sampling this bourbon and talking about it and smelling it and tasting it. And Brad is an expert, and he's got more passion about bourbon than almost anyone I know. To be on this for he and I to be on this with you, Brad, means we've done something right, and for that I'm grateful. Thank you for your passion, your expertise, and your partnership, man. Thank you.
Nope. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being on this. Cheers.
Cheers,
brother.
brother.
Love and appreciate you, man.
You too, brother. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you, Liquor Barn.
Yeah.